Zootopia 2 movie review. Let's get right into this. Obviously, this is a sequel that has come out almost 10 years after the original. In February 2016, this came out in November of 2025. I did not go see it on opening premiere because Stranger Things Season 5 was out at literally the same time, and I prioritized that. Obviously, I have a really big investment in Stranger Things, so Zootopia 2 kind of went on the back foot. I had to rewatch the first one too because I haven't seen it in a very long time. But Zootopia 2, all in all, I look back to, Ralph Breaks the Internet. I look back to Moana 2, which I never even saw, but I did not hear good things about it. But 2018, when they did Ralph Breaks the Internet, that was a horrible sequel. So much so that I barely like to think that it exists. And a lot of people don't really care to think that it exists either, and I don't blame them. This, however, is, I think, how you do a proper sequel. I don't think it's anything spectacular, but in terms of just feeling like a good follow-up, it does that. I really like the concepts it brings. Some of the new characters, I'm not huge on. I feel like they could have given them more characteristics. I'm not big on those, but I think the returning characters, they were brought back in really cool ways. The dynamic between Nick and Judy, very much still there from how they were in the first movie. And I would probably say this is another one of my small negatives, but it didn't disrupt the movie. I don't really like how it's like right after the first movie. I wish there was a little bit of a time jump there. It's really cool. This is a positive, how they brought back Mayor Bellwether. I mean, obviously she's not relevant to the plot, but you just see her in jail and stuff like that. So, most sequels don't really acknowledge the past antagonists, let alone show them. So the fact that they showed her, it's kind of cool. I mean, it makes sense. She went to the prison in Zootopia, so, she would be there and stuff like that. So it was a really interesting concept they introduced. Chief Bogo, pretty much out of commission for most of the movie because he got the little dart thing. They had the whole, twist of, the member of the wolf pack, kind of, but, we thought he wasn't like his family, but he was just like his family. He was very similar. Don't expect me to really know names at this point. I'm sorry, it's not clicking in my head right now. The snake, I actually didn't hate him as much as I didn't really think I would hate him, but I just kind of went into it we'll just see what happens, don't judge a book by its cover. The snake was okay. I think he could have been a little better in terms of a character that I like, but he turned out to be tolerable, I'll say that. I really like the snake character. I just kind of wish there was a little bit more to it. I like how they explain why we've never seen a snake before in this universe. The movie itself explains it, and it's awesome. I like how we go into additional lore with the origins of Zootopia, who founded Zootopia. That was awesome, and it connects really well to the first movie. I also think the whole carrot recorder pen thing, that was cool, and unfortunately it broke. Makes sense, as they kind of do that trope a lot in movies, but it was really heartbreaking to see that because that, is like a symbolism of their friendship almost. But yeah, Nick and Judy, obviously such a cool dynamic, and it's what makes Zootopia really, as far as I'm concerned. Judy's parents do not appear on screen, physically in person, I should say. They only appear over video calls. I have no problem with that. Obviously, they don't live in Zootopia. There's an end credit scene as well. They actually brought back Judy's really loud neighbors in the end credit scene, which was really cool to see. So they brought back some characters in interesting ways. Clawhauser, I believe, is the cop at the front of the Zootopia Police Department. He was fine. He didn't really have much to do. It's cool seeing Nick and Judy in different outfits, I suppose. The Beaver character, I'll be honest, probably one of my least new favorite characters. She didn't really do it for me. Overall, though, I think I walk out of this movie with a solid 7 out of 10. I do recommend it. It's a good sequel, and I also I like Judy and Nick's talks throughout the movie. They're emotional, they hit you in the feels. I think they did a good job at that, and the whole environment. I appreciate how we see new locations, since Zootopia is a creative world where you could always do world expansion. I think they did world expansion really good. It's probably my biggest positive from this movie. The world expansion within Zootopia and even out of Zootopia was really awesome. But that's kind of a raw reaction. I did just see it this morning. It's a little later in the day, but still the same day. So I consider it as a raw reaction. I did not see it opening night, like I said. But overall, these are just my raw thoughts on the movie. I would recommend it. Definitely, I would say watch Zootopia 2. That is how you still do a sequel. You know, it's not like Moana 2 and Ralph Breaks the Internet from 2018. This is like an actual good Disney sequel. Like, yeah, take notes, Moana, and take notes, Wreck-It Ralph. But I'll see you all in the next video. Just a quick one, because I don't have much to say about this movie. But, you know, I don't really know what else to say about this stuff. It just kind of comes out and just whatever I'm thinking of in the moment. But the ending was pretty cool. I don't want to say too much about the ending, even though this was spoiler talk anyways. But I would say Nick was probably my favorite character of this movie. I like how they don't really bring up past things as much, because I feel like the audience just knows it anyway. Like, that makes sense. You know, I like some of the concepts there. But overall, Zootopia 2 in the books. This one is just kind of unfortunate because it was right around Stranger Things Season 5. So, like, my mind isn't really on it. It still is now, but yeah, my mind was way focused on Stranger Things Season 5, and rightfully so. That was the big thing, and that was the thing I'm like the most invested in from like almost any franchise out there. But yeah, see you all in the next one. Peace out.